No one could have predicted this. Not the fans, not the legal experts, and definitely not Chrisean Rock herself. Just moments ago, a courtroom ruling landed like a thunderclap. Baby Junior, the center of her world, has officially been placed in foster care. The courtroom froze. No cameras were allowed inside, but insiders say the air was so heavy it felt suffocating. Silence swallowed the room. Then Chrisean stood, tears already streaking her face, hands trembling, murmurs rippled through the gallery. And just as the judge began to speak, she collapsed, right there in the heart of the courtroom. Screams followed. Security surged forward. Her attorney stood paralyzed. The judge ordered the courtroom cleared. Outside, pure chaos. Protesters clashed, paparazzi swarmed, supporters chanted her name. The legal system had spoken, and the world wasn't ready for the fallout. But what truly went down behind those sealed doors? What damning evidence tipped the scale? And who, in the shadows, is quietly celebrating this devastating blow? This isn't just a custody battle anymore. It's a full-blown war. And Chrisean? She's not backing down. She's ready to pull back the curtain on everyone. To understand how we ended up here, how one of the most fiercely devoted celebrity moms watched her child taken by the state, you have to rewind. This wasn't sudden. It was a storm brewing for months. It started with volatile live streams, yelling, tears, explosive arguments. And in the middle of it all, a child barely a year old, born into a life of courtrooms, chaos, and constant cameras. Fans still remember. The early days, Chrisean beaming, holding her baby close, repeating like a vow, "I got him. He mine. He's everything." On the surface, everything seemed fine. Chrisean kept saying Baby Junior was safe, but behind the scenes, things were unraveling fast. It began quietly. A few CPS reports here and there, whispers from worried neighbors. Screenshots from live streams showing Junior in chaotic, unstable settings. Then came the anonymous tips, strange sounds, erratic behavior, and environments no child should be in. And then, the motel. One anonymous call changed everything. Authorities rushed to a secluded roadside motel where Chrisean and her baby were found alone. No security, no team. Just a mother, drained, distressed, and clearly not okay. Officers escorted her out. CPS took Baby Junior in for a wellness check. At first, it seemed like a bump in the road. Chrisean went online in tears, insisting it was all being blown out of proportion. She said she was exhausted, not dangerous, that the system was targeting her not because of what she did, but because of who she is. Her fans rallied immediately. Free Chrisean trended for 3 straight days. Stars like Summer Walker and Cardi B reposted her messages, showing public support. But the system? It wasn't convinced. CPS had more than rumors. They had evidence, video clips, police statements, first-hand accounts. The case was real. And then came the bombshell. Blueface's mother, Carlissa, submitted a sworn statement to the court. It was filled with screenshots, timelines, and one line that echoed across every news feed. "I don't hate my son's baby mama, but that baby isn't safe. Not until someone steps in." That single sentence flipped the entire case. Chrisean's legal team never saw it coming. Carlissa, who had clashed with Chrisean publicly for months, had just triggered an emergency custody hearing, and the court wasted no time. Within 48 hours, Chrisean was served. She had to appear before a judge, her son's future hanging in the balance. Cameras weren't allowed, but leaks from inside the courtroom spilled out fast. It was standing room only. Chrisean walked in clutching a framed photo of Baby Junior, already in tears. She pleaded for another chance, promised therapy, parenting classes, whatever it would take. But the state was prepared. They came armed with documentation, footage, police reports, undeniable proof that this wasn't just a misunderstanding. And then came the video, a grainy secret recording allegedly captured by motel staff. In it, Chrisean is seen yelling into the hallway, her voice raw and panicked. Behind a closed door, Baby Junior can be heard crying. The clip spread like wildfire through official channels, but the true blow came next, a recorded phone call. Chrisean's voice trembled as she spoke to an unnamed friend. "Sometimes I just want to leave, just drive, just me. I love him, but I can't breathe anymore." Those words shattered everything. To the court, it was more than just a mother venting. It was interpreted as a warning sign, a plea for escape, emotional instability, maybe even a subconscious admission. The judge called it a cry for help, a red flag. Chrisean tried to explain. She said she was overwhelmed, like any mom can be. She said she was venting, not confessing. But it didn't matter. The court wasn't swayed. Then came the ruling, cold, final, and crushing, emergency foster care. Not with family, not with Blueface's relatives, with strangers. Temporarily, the judge said, until a long-term solution could be found. Chrisean stood, her mouth opened, but no sound came out. And before anyone could reach her, she dropped to the floor. The sound of her body hitting the courtroom tile echoed louder than the judge's gavel. Security rushed in. Her lawyer didn't move. A bailiff hesitated, unsure whether to step in or stay back. She wasn't screaming, not yet. But when she came to, it all cracked open. Her cries weren't soft. They were seismic, deep, guttural howls, the kind that don't come from the throat, but from a heart being torn in half. "You can't take him! You can't take my son!" The judge called for order. No one moved. People watched, frozen. Some cried. A court clerk reportedly left the room, unable to stomach the grief. Then, Chrisean's eyes locked onto a face in the crowd. Carlissa, Blueface's mother, stone-faced, watching. Something inside Chrisean shifted. The sobs turned to rage. "This is you! You did this!" She lurched forward, fury in her bones, but security held her back. It didn't matter. The damage was already done. Outside, the world exploded. Protesters live-streamed from courthouse steps. The footage went viral within minutes. The country was split. Some called it justice, others called it a tragedy. But no one could deny the impact. And if you think the story ends here, you haven't seen what's coming next. Within minutes, the courthouse steps were flooded. Protesters gathered, holding signs that read, "Let mothers heal. Justice for Junior." The wind carried their chants, but while sympathy surged in the streets, something darker was brewing behind the scenes. Because just as Chrisean collapsed in court, a mysterious email hit inboxes across the gossip world. From an anonymous address labeled trutheggerwatch.org, the subject line read, "You missed what really happened at that motel." Attached, a private, unlisted video link. Grainy footage, pulled from what appeared to be a hallway security camera at the same remote motel where Chrisean and baby Junior were found. But this wasn't the footage the court had seen. This was different. Time-stamped 2:36 a.m., the clip shows a shadowy figure dressed in all black, cap pulled low, approaching Chrisean's door. The figure knocks. She opens it, just a crack. They barge in. What follows is muffled chaos. Raised voices, a scuffle, a phone hitting the ground. Then, silence. At 2:58 a.m., the same figure leaves, head down, moving quickly, vanishing into the shadows. That moment was never shown in court. The internet exploded. Fans, now full-on digital detectives, dove into the footage frame by frame. Twitter sleuths enhanced the video. One slowed-down screenshot revealed what looked like a tattoo on the intruder's forearm, eerily similar to one belonging to Blueface's younger cousin, who had recently posted a cryptic Instagram story, mocking Chrisean with the caption, "Deadbeat drama always finds its way back." Suddenly, the narrative shifted. Yes, Chrisean was struggling. Yes, the live streams were chaotic. But now, was she being targeted? And then, another leak. This time, audio. A voicemail, pulled from Chrisean's cloud and time-stamped just hours before CPS arrived. In it, her voice is low, shaking, barely above a whisper. "I think someone's watching the room. I hear people outside the door. I can't sleep." She'd sent it to a friend. Within 15 minutes, CPS showed up at the motel. Now the timeline. Didn't make sense. Who called them? How did they arrive so quickly? Was this a sting or a setup? CPS has publicly denied knowing anything about the video or voicemail during the hearing. But the damage is done. The public is no longer satisfied. Now they're calling for something bigger. A retrial, an investigation, a full reopening of the case. Because this isn't just about custody anymore. It's about the truth. What once looked like the unraveling of a reckless mother now feels more like something far more disturbing. A mother pushed to the edge. By who? No one fully knows yet, but the silence around Chrisean isn't weakness. It's a storm gathering force. She's still off social media, still under court supervision, still barred from seeing her son. But then, out of nowhere, her team posted something, a black screen, white letters, simple, defiant. If y'all think I'm going down like this, you're out of your minds. And that was just the beginning. If her courtroom collapse shocked the world, if the leaked motel footage set it ablaze, then what happened next burned the whole narrative to the ground. As the hashtag daughter set up Chrisean trended globally and fan theories spiraled, a new video surfaced on TikTok. From the last place anyone expected, a woman claiming to be a former motel receptionist, no face, no voice, just a 19-second surveillance clip. In it, the same hooded figure from the leaked hallway footage. But this time, they weren't just lurking. They were handing something to a man in a navy jacket with a visible police patch on his arm. The object? Baby Junior's diaper bag. The cop nodded, took it, then, without a knock, without a warrant, without backup, walked straight into Chrisean's room. The internet detonated. That wasn't CPS. That was a raid. This was a setup. Suddenly, the entire story bent sideways. Who was that figure? Why was a police officer working off book? And why hadn't this footage been presented in court? And then, the final blow. The same ex-receptionist posted one last thing, a screen recording of an email she claimed to have sent 2 days before the hearing. The subject line? Unmarked officer activity at Motel 6 involving mother and infant. In the email, she warned CPS that a suspicious man had been hanging around Chrisean's room late at night. No reply, no follow-up. And then, the woman disappeared. Deleted. Her TikTok. Vanished from the internet. Just like that, the timeline was broken. Theories took off. Fans began mapping every minute. Who knew what and when? Who sent CPS that night? Was the officer even legit? And what else might be buried? Because now, this isn't just a custody case. It's a cover-up, and the fight for Baby Junior is about to drag everyone into the light. In the 48 hours leading up to the CPS raid, the red flags were there. Subtle, scattered like breadcrumbs no one noticed until it was too late. A phone call. Chrisean placed to Blueface's former manager, never answered. A cryptic DM to her sister that simply read, "If something happens to me, know who did it." And a missed FaceTime at 2:39 a.m., exactly 3 minutes after that shadowy figure slipped into her motel room. Haunting, calculated, chilling. While the internet frantically tried to piece together the timeline, Chrisean was doing the same. Then, at 9:03 p.m. last night, everything changed. She went live. No glam, no filter, swollen eyes, a quiet hotel room in the background. And one line that cut through the noise like a knife. They're not trying to protect Baby Junior. They're trying to erase me. For 12 straight minutes, she laid it all bare. She spoke of threats, of people close to her being paid off, of trust betrayed from within her circle. She didn't name names, but every word had weight. They knew I was alone. They knew I was tired. They waited till I broke, and then they pounced. Then came the bombshell. I never gave them. My location. Someone tracked me through my phone, and I know who gave them access. Her voice cracked, but she didn't stop. Someone close to me. Someone I trusted. Told them everything. Leaked my voicemail. Recorded me without my knowledge. And that person... She looked down. Her hands trembled. Tears welled. That person was in the courtroom. when they took my son. Boom. That single sentence sent shockwaves across every platform. In seconds, fan forums lit up. Everyone asking the same question. Who was in that courtroom? The obvious guess? Carissa, Blueface's mom. But that felt too easy. Others pointed fingers at a former friend, someone who recently unfollowed Chrisean on Instagram. Maybe, but the name that caught fire? Dion, Blueface's cousin. Why him? Because just minutes before Chrisean's livestream ended, Dion posted. Just when the story seemed like it couldn't get any more explosive, Dion posted a cryptic message. Truth always. Hits harder when it's televised. He deleted it within seconds, but not before fans grabbed screenshots. They zoomed in on his wrist and saw something chilling, the very same tattoo caught in the motel hallway footage. The internet erupted. He's the mole. He set her up. Everything was staged, but wait, there's a darker twist still. A private message surfaced, leaked from a burner account allegedly tied to an anonymous CPS insider. It landed on a gossip blog, sending shockwaves through the rumor mill. The message read, the decision to remove baby Junior wasn't just about her mental state. There was something else, something found in the baby bag, something we're not supposed to talk about. The blog didn't reveal what that mysterious something was, but speculation exploded. Was it drugs, damning documents, or some planted evidence designed to make Chrisean look unfit in court? If that's true, if the evidence was fabricated, everything could flip. The custody battle could be overturned. Lawsuits could follow, careers could be ruined, and baby Junior, still stuck in foster care, still separated from the only mother he's ever known. As for Chrisean, her final words in that live stream hit like thunder. I've been knocked down. But now I'm up, and I'm coming for everybody who helped them take my son. Now, all eyes are locked on what happens next, because her next court hearing is just 5 days away. What's expected to unfold? Potentially everything, the internet. Hasn't been this divided since the Will Smith slap. On one side, a mother, broken, betrayed, and blindsided. On the other, a state system holding firm, insisting it acted to protect a child. But this time, the battlefield isn't just social media. It's the streets, the studios, and the court of public opinion. Since Chrisean's explosive live stream, exposing betrayal, secret tracking, and possible planted evidence, the digital world has been ablaze. Justice for Chris surged to the top of Twitter trends in under an hour. TMZ ran headlines screaming, "Set up or break down. CPS insider suggests case could collapse." YouTubers flooded feeds with videos titled, "Exposing the Baby Junior. Plot, the conspiracy behind the courtroom collapse." It wasn't just fans anymore. Celebrities stepped into the ring. Cardi B tweeted, "Being a mom don't come with a manual, y'all. Too quick to judge. Sometimes moms break because they're trying to stay." J. Cole took to Instagram stories, laying it bare. "I see manipulation. I see silence where protection should have been. Pain weaponized." Taraji P. Henson chimed in on a viral clip. "This ain't just about custody. This is trauma being exploited." Meanwhile, some voices stayed cautious. The Game tweeted, "Sometimes we gotta let the courts work, even when they're crooked." Black. China, no stranger to custody battles, added, "I've been Christian, and let me tell you, the system ain't built for us." Then the industry trembled. A well-known blog leaked screenshots from a private group chat among PR managers representing reality stars, from Love and Hip Hop to Zeus Network names. One message stood out: "If the Vegas tapes drop, we'll all have to pivot. This ain't a PR nightmare. This is a damn firestorm." Wait, Vegas tapes? No one knew what that meant, until a second message leaked. She recorded everything. Fans went wild. Was Christian secretly documenting her motel ordeal? Voice memos, texts, hidden footage, something the public hadn't seen yet? If so, the next hearing might turn into a full-scale public takedown, not just of CPS, but of the people allegedly orchestrating her downfall. The next day, protests erupted. By noon, nearly 200 people flooded outside the CPS office handling Christian's case. Signs waved in the wind. "Let mothers heal, not collapse." Stop weaponizing mental health. CPS more corrupt parent snatchers. Videos of Chance demanding baby Junior's return blew up. 3 million views in 6 hours. Then the crowd grew louder still. Blueface's own sister stepped forward. She grabbed the mic. My brother failed her. Our family failed her. That baby deserves better, and so does Chrisean. The first public family statement backing Chrisean, shattering any illusion of unity on Blueface's side. Back online, the sleuths kept digging. Viewers read between the lines. He knew. Maybe not everything. Maybe not directly, but enough to raise serious suspicion. The world holds its breath, eyes glued to the countdown. Lawyers race against time, fans brace to flood the courthouse steps, and whispers swirl. Chrisean's legal team is gearing up to subpoena several key players for perjury, obstruction, and conspiracy. This battle isn't just about custody anymore. It's a war to dismantle a system that tried to erase her exes. They didn't just take baby Junior, they took everything from Chrisean Rock, and they thought she'd stay silent. But she didn't. She's fighting back. With evidence, with names, with receipts that could blow the entire case wide open. So, now it's time to ask, whose side are you on? Is this a mother breaking under pressure, or a mother pushed to the edge by forces who wanted her gone? Did CPS make a tough call, or did they become pawns in a deeper game of manipulation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make your voice heard. Because this story isn't just Chrisean's anymore. It's about every mother who's been silenced. Every woman judged before being heard. Every child caught in a battle they never asked for. Hit like if you believe the truth is finally coming to light. Hit subscribe because what happens next? It won't just be emotional, it'll be explosive. Chrisean's got the footage, the court has the power, and the world will be watching. We'll be right here when it happens. And trust me, it's not over.